What's up? Say hello to the Matrix Decoded subscriber family.
Hello. I'm not a dude.
So yeah, I get a lot of people that like prep and like do all type of crazy shit to like mess with me. So you said your name was Taylor.
I'm Taylor, yeah. I've been
Obviously,
listening to you for about six
okay.
months. I started really liking you one time on one of your videos. You said you were just going off on one of your little rants, and you were like, stop thinking that everything's gang stalking. Your boyfriend's not a fucking gang stalker. And, like, I don't know. I just started laughing because I've had my really paranoid moments, and you're just really funny, and I really like you.
Thank you, thank you. I mean, there's a lot of disinformation online where they try to trick you that everything is gang stalking. Even I'm paranoid too. I thought you were like a perp. So
I know.
like, and that by perp I mean like you would have show up on the camera and then been like a dude like doing some explicit stuff. Like there's all types of like trolling and stuff that happens. But thank you for coming on. Um,
Yeah.
how long you been gang stalking?
So I started noticing it probably when I was like 24. It could have been going on before that and me not like noticing it. But in the last probably like 4 or 5 years, I've been picking up on it to the point where I'm like, I realized that there's a term for it, things like that. And like, it's just gotten so bad the last year or two. Like, it's just gotten so much crazier. Like, it's crazy how much gang stalking has changed over time. Like, it used to be where I would see the same cars, the same people, and that's what would, kind of tell me what was going on. And now it's like I never see the same person twice, but like you can obviously still tell what's going on. So I like how you are really good at articulating things because I have a way of just sounding crazy. Like, and especially when I get really intense about it and I'm like very passionate about, like, I know this is happening to me, like, it comes across crazy. And so I like how you're able to, like, just articulate it and very, matter of fact, point out the shit that's happening. And so I show all of your videos to my boyfriend, and like, it kind of, like, he's still iffy about believing it or if it exists or whatever. And so for the longest time, I was like, you have to be a part of it then, because if you're not seeing this shit, like, you're either like, there's no way you're that dumb, like, you're part of it. So it's just cool that that you are really good at talking about it. So I appreciate that.
Yeah, thanks for coming on. Just a couple rules. Just don't say like where you live or anything, because I want to keep your identity like protected and all. But try to keep everything like vague. Don't say anyone's names or anything that you know. Again, it's just like because it seems like you're new and they use like stuff we say online to like further the gang stalking. So let's say you're talking about your cousin, they might show the video to your cousin or something. So, but
Right.
thanks for coming on. So,
Yeah.
when did you first get on YouTube and like learn about it? Was it the last year or like?
No, so a few years ago, I would say, so I did some time. So I was kind of MIA for a few years there, but it would have been just before that. So I would say around 2020, 2021, I first started trying to Google it, and there wasn't a lot on YouTube or Google at that time. It was still very fringe, so there wasn't much to
Okay.
find at that point.
Oh, okay. So like, do you mind saying like you don't have to? Like, what tactics do you get? Like, without going into crazy detail, like what are they
Yeah.
doing to you?
So the main thing I think is, so they fuck with my car more than anything. And the crazy thing is that no matter what's wrong with my car, no matter what it is that's happening, like, it's just constant. There's never a time when there's not something wrong with it. And it seems that every new little problem that happens, the same problem will happen to someone I care about's car at the same exact time. Like, it'll be the most random thing. Like, one time at the exact same time, mine and my best friend's car doors, the driver's side door, just like, you know, when you push the car door open and it'll just stay open. Well, my door wouldn't. Like, it would just, you push it open and it would just like shut back on you. And it was so fucking annoying. It doesn't even seem like it'd be that big of a deal, but like, it was so annoying. And it just started happening
Yeah,
out of
that's
nowhere.
bad.
It was mine and my best friend's cars at the same time. And like, it took a while for me to pick up on that aspect of it. But yeah, my car more than anything. And then just the general harassment. Like, there's this certain individual, this guy that every time, like, my break is at different times every day at work, so there's no way, like, it's not at a set time, you know. And somehow every single day the same guy is standing there on the corner of this chicken place, and like just standing there with his phone, and he's not doing anything, but he's just there, you know, and he's watching me or whatever. So just little things like
Yeah,
that, like just things that sound like they're nothing, things that seem crazy when you try to explain it to somebody, but then, you know, you're seeing it, you're living it, so you're obviously like, you know, I know what it is.
cool. So that's crazy. Did you notice this after you got out of you doing your
Yes.
time? Oh,
It took a little
okay.
bit to catch on. I don't know what that was about. I was living kind of in the mountains at first when I got out, so I'm not sure if that maybe like had something to do with it. But once I moved back down to the city, and uh maybe about 6 months after I got out, it was in full swing again, like just like it had been before. I have some crazy documentation of this stuff. Like, I have some stuff that would blow your mind, like just documented pictures and videos and things like that. Like, it's pretty crazy, and I've got years worth of it, so that's pretty cool. Like, it's still saved in my Google Photos from before and stuff too.
Okay. So what type of if like is it like vandalism? Like what type of documentation you got?
No, it's like the actual, like, in the act of doing it. I have this one that it was so crazy. You can literally see that there's like a camera or something in this girl's hair from behind, and it was just by pure luck that I even got the picture. And I didn't realize what I was looking at until I showed it to my little brother, and then he was able to like show me, like, I guess if a camera is recording another camera in the dark, there's like this little, like, it like shows up like this like orb looking kind of thing. And
Yeah, I know what you're talking
like,
about.
that's in all of the pictures, like in so many of the pictures. And so I don't think anything of it, you know. And then my little brother showed me, like, he used the TV remote controller as the one, and he was like, press the button, and he was showing me it with his camera phone screen. It was dark, and it looked exactly like how it did in the picture. And he's like, so that's how you can tell if there's a camera in the photo, when you're taking a picture or whatever. And then, like, yeah, so that added a whole nother perspective to things. But I have pictures like that. I've got pictures of them just like around. I've got pictures of them taking pictures of me, like tons of them, like with their phones up, like taking photos of me. And I just happened to catch the picture of them.
Yeah, that's crazy. So is it still intense like the beginning, or has it died down, or
It has its days. I've noticed, since I moved, it hasn't been like, and obviously in certain cities, like certain different areas, I'll notice it's like I'll have a crazy day. Like, let's say I have to go to that city for the day for whatever, and like some cities are just crazy off the chain, and I hate going there because I already know I'm like, well, this is gonna be some shit, you know. But then some days it's died down a little bit. It's kind of, I don't know, it's a hit or miss. I will say that now that they're not using the same people, um, it's a little bit different. It kind of makes it almost a little more disorienting because there's new people every single time. I guess I don't know. They're rotating them really fast, and so you don't see the same person two times. And that used to be my tell. Like I was sure if I saw that person, but now it's like any of these people could be it. So I try to I like how you put it, like when you're looking through the lens, the gang stalking lens, I try really hard to like keep that in check and to not look through the gang stalking lens because I will go off
Yeah.
the handle.
I'm gonna speak on my gang stalking. Not everyone's is the same, but they rarely have the same person follow you more than like a handful of times because it can actually you can actually do something about that. If you have pictures
Right.
of someone off of multiple days, you can get like a restraining order because the police might think that they have your phone hacked. But
Yeah.
so that's happened to me a handful of times, really in the beginning. Like I moved out of my apartment and there was a creepy lady that had her son that would always wait for me to come and then go upstairs when I go upstairs. We had a big elevator that went up like 13 stories in this one building. And when I left that day, I went to work at Circle K and she showed up to my work and she got comfortable starting eating a banana, not paying for it. She had earrings that had eyeballs on them and she was just acting all mystic and like she knew the day I moved from that apartment, she knew like where I worked at basically because it wasn't near my work. And she showed up the day I moved to my job and was wearing eyeball earrings and was acting like a witch basically, like a mystic and stuff. But that was the only time someone has followed me like twice. Like that's only happened a handful of times. I get a lot of like subliminal license plates and
Yes.
I
Me
get
too.
66 license plates. I get like if I do something, I'm gonna tell you something. I was gonna save this for the Patreon. I was thinking of that guy Qasim Soleimani, the guy from Iran that he was like a dude that did roadside bombs or something, and Trump killed him with a drone in 2020. He was like an Iranian general for their army, and I was thinking of Americans that got their legs blown off. Right, the next thing I saw when I went to the store was these two people. Like I don't want to call them perps, but one was a veteran. He had both of his legs blown, had the fake metal legs, and they were down the shopping center and they were yet like laughing, like ho 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 ho. Then the dude walked with the metal legs next to me, all because I thought about people's legs
Wow.
getting blown off. Like they literally, it's I have to kind of save it for the Patreon, but they can literally read your mind, bro, and like
I
send out
know.
things instantly. Have you ever gotten any weird
So
stuff like that?
the my thing that they do, this I'll just use this as an example. So I already posted what my Instagram was in the comment things or whatever, but so my screen name on pretty much like a lot of platforms is Tater Face with the three Y's. I usually have three, so it's TAYYYTER face. And like I see license plates at least one a day like this, but probably multiples where they have the three letters in it. So it'll be like, let's say it's the license plate is Erica. It'll be Erica with three eyes. Or like, you know what I mean? Just little
Oh,
things like
really?
that where I'm like, dude, I know for a fact that like if I do something, like you were saying, if I do something, it'll be directly related to that. Or one time, my boyfriend, my brother, and I were making jokes, or we were like talking about what all of our names is backwards, and we were referring to each other like that. And then that day, all the license plates were backwards names. You know,
That's crazy.
they actually took a video of me on my own phone sleeping, and I wasn't even tired that day. It was, and I was completely alone, and there was no way, like there was just no way. And it's really really scary. It scared me. That really did. That got me. It got me good. I was just looking in my stuff right now of some of the stuff because you were asking me about it. So
Yeah, I personally believe you sound like and again, I'm sorry for questioning before you came into the room, but
okay.
I have other channels and I've done interviews, and a lot of people are nice. Some of them, they came in and said, "Hey, I'm schizophrenic," or "Hey, I'm this and that." No, you seem completely normal. You seem smart. So, and I appreciate you like articulating yourself, and I think I'm pretty sure my audience does too. Did you have any questions for me as far as like I don't mean to like advice or anything, like
So
or
I'm
any
gonna
questions about my targeting that you have for me?
honestly, I have listened to every single one of your videos. I feel like I know, like, if you've made a video, at least on YouTube, I didn't really know that you had Patreon or whatever. I'm definitely gonna check that out after this. But yeah, I think you do a really good job. I feel like I know a lot. There's definitely been a couple of times where I was like, I wish I could ask the Matrix Decoded about this, but like I just can't think of it right now. But I'm gonna
Oh,
start
you're
writing it
good.
down if that does happen, and then that way I can like comment it or whatever.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna
Um,
say. You can leave a comment because I don't know how new you are to targeting. You seem to be taking it pretty well. I'm not like an expert, but I know how. You already know from watching my videos. Like I know how to do like some kung fu type stuff to like
right.
when they're trying to intimidate you to like yo calm down. Like they're just trying to scare you. Like so, I'm
And
here
I
to
think
try to help like all types of TIs.
immensely. I'm not even kidding. Like, and I've just been dealing with it for so long that I'm kind of just like, there's nothing I can do. You know what I mean? Like at this point, like my grandma, I've had to tell my grandma things like she says she believes me, but I don't know. I think she might think I'm a little crazy. But
This is
like
my go
I
ahead.
just like at this point I just it's like what more can be done, you know? My grandma's like, "Oh, honey, how come you're always losing everything?" Or like I'm a hairstylist and like they'll always mess with my tools. They'll take my tools that I've already replaced 3, 4, 5 times and it's like they're really
Yeah,
expensive. And my grandma's like, "Honey, how come you keep, losing your stuff or you need to lock your doors?" And I'm like, "Grandma, there's literally no point in me locking my car door. There's no point. Like they're gonna get in no matter what. Like I don't care. I'm not gonna lock it anymore. That's all there is to it."
well,
um, there was a time
real quick.
when I realized that like the cops were a part of it, and that was definitely a tough one to swallow because there was like a situation where I actually really needed help, and like some really bad things were happening to me and did happen, and like I realized that none of the cops, I was like, I tried to wave down multiple cops. Like, I'm like walking through the streets without shoes on. I'm like very scantily clad. And I'm trying to get every cop's attention. And they're all just like looking at me and driving like they're not, you know. And I finally had to stand. There was a cop stopped at a traffic light. And I literally had to go stand in front of their car to like make them not, like they couldn't go around me, so they obviously had to like check it out and see what was going on. But that was definitely a really really big eye opener right there, was when I realized how like serious it was. That was
Yeah, and
probably about 4 years ago.
yeah, I'm sorry to hear all that, but I'm gonna tell you something. I know you weren't asking for advice, but it's just something I think would really help you out real
No,
quick.
please do.
Try not, yeah, try not to talk about it too much to especially close friends and family, because the program, by you talking about, really activates the program because they can turn your family against you. One bad thing happens, you'd be like, "See, she was talking about gang stalking, and this happened, and I think we should Baker act her and put you in a mental
Right.
institution." So talk about it, feel them out. Like I did it to my family. I talked about it, but I eventually stopped talking about it. That's probably the best way to do it. Talk about it in the beginning,
Yeah.
feel them out, see how they feel about it. If they're not interested in it, stop talking about it. But it's good that they hear it. So if anything does happen, they're like, wait, she did say that people were following her and this and that. So that's the first thing. I think that's really important. The second thing is make sure you lock everything. When I changed my locks at the apartment, they couldn't get in for like a few months, like a month or two, because I
Oh
kept
really?
changing my locks. Yeah, I know how to change the locks. So the whoever's doing it, it's probably a neighbor, like that's been given your key. It takes time for them to like get a key, so it's not like they go in every single day. So I don't want you to be paranoid about that. But make sure you lock everything. Factory reset, do all that stuff. If it's really going bad, like learn about that stuff, changing your passwords,
That's
factory
actually, yeah, the
resets.
factory reset thing. So my iPhone, and I even did like this thing on it. I can't remember how my coworker got it, but it was like amazing or something. And like, and I scanned my phone, and it's fucked. I've reset it so many times. I've done the factory reset. I've done it everything, and the amazing whatever that scan thing was or whatever. Like it came back that my phone that it has Pegasus on it, and it's just like how you were saying in one of your videos, like you can't I can't have nice electronics because they just it they're
They
fucked.
slow it
They are
down.
fucked. I don't know what to do about my
Yeah.
phone.
Well, I'll tell you about my experience. That was going on for like a year or two. I'm sure they're still hacking my phone and stuff, but they haven't been slowing it down. This stuff does slow down, like the targeting, the gang stalking. They build off of your reaction is like playing phase two of their plan. So they're gonna throw the kitchen sink at you and scare you and have you talking about it. Then phase two is like from what you say and if they can rile you up, getting you on paper basically.
Right.
And
And like admitting which things bothered you the most, and then they're gonna capitalize on that.
well, what I mean, getting you on paper is putting you in a mental institution, labeling you a mental illness, and like trying to get you out of work, trying to be like where you're officially you can't do nothing. Basically. You're like a
Yeah.
jellyfish in society. That's one of their end goals is like discredit you and turn you into a jellyfish in this society. So it seems like you're doing good. I can't really speak. I mean, you said you got a profession. I'm not gonna say what that is. So that's good. And you got a boyfriend, and if he's a good man, keep him around because it's gonna be helpful to have someone on your side. But talking about gang stalking is really gonna bite you in the ass.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. Like it literally almost ended my relationship at one point. It did because I was just so like it was affecting me so much to the point where I was seeing through that lens and I was just talking about it. And every just like you were saying, everything was gang stalking at that point. And even so, like even the parts that definitely were real, I realized that like it didn't matter, like I didn't need to obsess over it like that, and it almost ended my relationship, like seriously. So I think that has definitely taught me a lot about like how to proceed and how to coexist with it, I guess, if you will.
Yeah, anyone that can stick around with a TI, I mean, I don't know him personally. Like, you want to try to keep that because you don't want to like let gang stalking where you're like showing evidence to your boyfriend or girlfriend every single day, where it's like even if they love you or like you, it's gonna be a turn on, like whether you're a guy or a girl.
Right.
So yeah,
Or even
like
if it's real, even if what you're showing them is like completely legitimate,
yeah,
it's just a lot.
like and that's part of the program because then they'll be like, well, this other person doesn't go through that and their life is easier, they make a little bit more money, like I don't want to hear about this no more. That's why I mean, like, you probably should start a YouTube channel. Don't talk about Instagram, Twitter. If you want to talk about it, like, join like a community. It's good that you're talking to me, but yeah, you're very smart, you're pretty, you articulate yourself well. People aren't going to call you crazy, so if you need to speak about it, maybe do a YouTube channel.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
But
Yeah, thank you.
you got
Maybe this
anything
is
else
a
for
good
me?
place to talk and to like be around like-minded, or at least like like a support group type thing. So this was cool. I'm really glad that I just happened to get on YouTube and I saw that like you had posted a new video, and then I realized it was live. So it was like pure luck that
Yeah, I
I
appreciate
ended
it.
up
And
joining this.
you don't know, you don't know how much I appreciate having someone that, like I said, because I've done this before, like dozens of times. Like, thank you for being yourself. Thank you for articulating yourself well and like really explaining it well. You don't understand how much that's so rare on YouTube. So, like, you got my blessing to start a YouTube channel for you if you want. I think it'll take off.
Cool. Thanks.
But yeah, I think I'm gonna wrap this live stream up. I might do another one in the future. You're more than welcome to come back anytime. Like, I'd love to hear more about your testimony.
Absolutely. I will be back.
All right, cool. Nice meeting you. Thank you.
Well.